Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Of course, Penelope isn't going to stay on camera long today. She's very active today. We've been having some long nights due to someone working all night, but I have to do my video this way today. That way, I can read to you out of this book. It's Time Special Edition Anti-Inflammatory Magazine. And I told you when I picked it up that I would review it and jump down them rabbit holes to get to the truth about things. So today's the day. And let's begin. You remember that saying, you are what you eat? Change it now. Change it right to, you are or are not healthy because of what you eat. After reading this magazine and checking some things out, I now understand my health issues better. So if you can pick up this Time Magazine, Special Edition 2023, do it. It's beneficial to everyone. It has been such a blessing for me. See, I came across it when my Rite Aid was closing and prices store-wide were 50% off. And I only had to pay $7.50 for this edition, and would suggest others look for it online or at their own pharmacies. It really has made a difference, and within a few more months, because I bought it in February, I will face the camera, but not until then. I want to make a noticeable difference when I'm on camera. It has always been said you can't live without a liver. So shouldn't a healthier liver be your main focus? The liver is the central organ for cytokine activity, better known as anti-inflammatory cytokines. Too many of these cause your body to swell, and that is known as a cytokinesis storm. This, over time, can shut down an organ or worse. This Time magazine also covers chronic diseases. And that's why, after reading it, I wanted to check it out and share with you on here. Here it is again. So check it out. It's really good. All right. It says, understanding inflammation. The body's immune response can protect and heal us, but it can also wreak havoc over time. Balance comes with an active, healthy lifestyle. In some ways, inflammation is straightforward and easy to understand. It is the immune system's primary response to injury, illness, or infection. Inflammation protects and heals us. Without it, none of us would last long. On the other hand, the underlying causes and consequences of inflammation are endlessly complex. Take two people and expose them to the exact same threat, a bee sting, for example, and their immune system's inflammatory response may be dramatically different. While one person might develop a small, hardly noticeable red bump, the other could experience life-threatening anaphylaxis. Inflammation is the body's natural response to fighting something bad. Our body uses inflammation to our benefit to destroy viruses or bacteria and even cancer cells. If uncontrolled or turned on when it's not supposed to be, inflammation can be a very harmful thing that can cause a lot of problems. It is clear that managing inflammation on a day-to-day basis can play a crucial role in maintaining whole body health. Things like diet, exercise, sleep, and stress management all appear to be important pieces of the inflammation health puzzle. Controlling inflammation. We advise patients to eat less processed or ultra-processed foods and to eat something that resembles a Mediterranean diet. That includes a lot of whole foods and green leafy vegetables and olive oil. Apart from limiting one's intake of ultra-processed foods, yes, easier said than done, physical activity is another healthy way to calm inflammation. Activity such as running or swimming, walking, biking, hiking, and lifting weights can make a difference in your inflammation. We tend to be more stressed when we don't sleep, and we know poor sleep makes inflammation worse. There is now robust evidence linking mind-body techniques like yoga, breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation, progressive muscle relaxation, Tai Chi, and other related practices to the reduction of both stress and inflammation. Inflammation and stress and sleep and health, all of this is interrelated, but it is also a consequence of an unhealthy lifestyle. Each of us has the power to fight back. And we do want to fight that pain of everything in life, don't we? So easing the pain. Inflammation is the body's first line of defense against invading infections. But when unchecked, inflammation can harm our system. Simple shifts in diet and lifestyle can help keep chronic inflammation under control. And that's all I'm going to read to you about it, because I want to talk more in depth about certain issues that are mentioned in this book. Because what I've noticed, what we need to really pay more attention to is our liver and our pancreas. We need to know that protecting the liver promotes metabolism to suppress inflammation. And that takes no fructose. That was the number one thing they stated. There is also cadmium, it's an arsenic, heavy metals like iron pills, and alcohol. And yes, the yeast in your breads. And the only way that we know to check this for ourselves is to keep an eye on our blood tests. Now, if you get your blood tested every 6 months, you can watch these two tests. The first one is the ALT, the alanine amino test. And if it's at around 25, that is within normal range. If that goes high, you will have a fatty liver. You don't want that. But doctors don't tell you this until it's over 40. Okay, now that can cause weight gain on anyone, let me tell you. I want to control weight gain, so I have to go back and go through a process of knowing all this stuff so I could help others to be able to lose weight healthy. The second test is if you have high glucose. And that means you have a fatty liver or a fatty pancreas. And you don't want a fatty pancreas because it's not releasing the enzymes you need to break down your foods for proper metabolization of your food. And the number one thing stated there that can cause a fatty pancreas is processed food. And that leads to the MHO, metabolically healthy obesity, with increased subcutaneous fat tissue, and you can still have a normal triglycerides and normal ALT. So until it reaches a certain point where your triglycerides and your ALTs go over the normal level, your doctor probably will not tell you that you have a fatty pancreas and a fatty liver. So you won't know that you got too much adipose fat or subcutaneous fat. That is the warning signs that you're damaging your pancreas and your liver. And then you got the certain preservatives, okay, that are in our food. And they are mitochondrial toxins. See, once food is processed, it's not real food anymore. So at this point, let's call them labels on food what they really are. Warning labels. Think about it. Does a steak have a label? Does an apple have a label? They might think it's good to put these preservatives in your food so they can stabilize the shelf life of the food. But they know certain preservatives are mitochondrial toxins. That's our government for you. Now, there are countries that will not accept our food products in their country due to some preservatives that are placed in our foods. I'm not going to go into them because that could be a whole different video. So, ultra-processed foods are detrimental to your skeletal system. See, joints break down. Bones look like sponges on x-rays. Bones break easier. And osteoporosis, a symptom that we have all heard and know what it means. But it is the primary condition that tells them you're eating a lot of or too much processed foods. See, if we could avoid the oxalates, nitrates, and any labels with more than 5 or 6 ingredients in the product, we would be on the way to a healthier body. The government has put the foods in 4 different stages in our country. What is the stages of foods? Okay, take the apple in its natural state. That is stage 1. Eating stage 1 foods is the healthiest way. Cut the apple in slices and add preservatives. That's stage 2. Make applesauce and add sugar. That's stage 3. Stage 4 is when you take that apple and make it into a pie or blend it down into apple juice or a smoothie. Because after the process of the apple, it is considered a processed food. Once foods are processed, Foods are not any longer fiber food. And your gut needs fiber to help you keep the good bacteria working to metabolize your food. The glucose, fructose, sucrose, and simple starches will be chewed up by the good bacteria in your gut and never make it to the liver or the pancreas. The liver gets a rest and uses the stored fat instead. There's your weight loss. You can fast speed the process up of getting healthier by spending some time eating 22 grams of blueberries and Greek yogurt twice a day with fiber foods and nothing processed in any way to rejuvenize your health. Also, it's important to know that protein regulates the insulin for energy and provides nutrients to your body's cells to prevent chronic diseases. Chronic diseases, where doctors treat the symptoms with chemical drugs, that also hurt your liver and pancreas over time. Now, some doctors may advise about your diet, but most know food affordability is the issue with many other patients, and they don't want to upset their patient in any way. They want to make that money, but they're only going to give you the treatment that is for the symptoms. You're not going to get a cure unless you go for it yourself. But yes, I would suggest that if you want to know more, try and locate this. It might even be at your library. Time Anti-Inflammatory Special Edition 2023. Okay, that's it for today. I love you. Have a great one. Bye-bye.